Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. After the huge news bull candle, we kind of retraced about 50% of that move and still grinding lower. So the shorts would have come in the same day and try to do it. Go for a short right here. Did a couple of setups, but that move came a little late and it was outside of my trading window. I normally like to keep it at 9:30 to about 10:30. Maybe 11:30 at times when there's volume. So 11:30 hit and that sell move came afterwards and I wasn't a part of it. Also, I had my risk settings, my platform to block me if I go over 10 trades per day. That kind of helped me preserve capital or just not overtrade and stick to the plan. I'll come in and draw the overnight range here. Same old, same old. Monday is going to be choppy. I can already tell, seeing that there's not a lot of volume. But we never know. That's what I thought about Friday. And Friday turned out to be decent. Wouldn't say the best. It was good. Plan was followed. Would have been much better, but all right. We have a lot of ranges to play off of. Ranges have about 60 points between them. That's all you need. That one trade with 30 points, 60 points, you should be done with the day. Go in our range 100 points, so a small range, consistent with what we've been seeing, but still it's shrunk a lot. Looking at current markets volatility and stuff, so we'll wait and see what the first 15-minute brings us. Not much significant news today. A quiet day, but let's see. Let's see. We don't know. Let's see. Couple of green days is going to put this account in positive. Haven't been having a lot of traffic on stream A. Maybe because content is so boring and I'm not selling a course, doing any private sessions yet. This is just for my accountability, and if someone could find value in it, for me to watch and rewatch again and kind of using it as a hub. And that's very important in trading, to follow the plan. Kind of got to have a accountability system. That's why you need a community where you can just share what you're looking at, share your trades, not so that someone can copy and stuff, but more so being aware what you're doing and sticking to being a professional, not losing the path, all that sort of good stuff. If I were just putting clickbaits, if I were just putting stuff for people to get amusement out of, get entertained more, I think we'll have more people sitting here. But I wanted this channel to be honest. If I can build a honest crowd over time, honest audience, who respects the craft of trading, who respects the opportunity that money can be made online. So, well, I guess once I get some withdrawal payout videos, that might get a lot of crowd interested, but trading comes in boom and bust cycles. Nobody talks about it, but very true. A lot of newcomers come in and they think they can attack the markets like a casino, get rich quick. They don't put in the time sitting, honing their strategy, looking at charts, doing technical analysis, knowing the fundamentals, and they end up blowing the accounts. They get sour after a couple of months or 3 months, and there's always a pain threshold, like different for different people. Let's say someone might feel a lot of pain losing $1,000, and someone might feel the same pain at $10,000, but there's definitely a threshold. Once you hit that threshold, you stop trading, or you give up, or you look away and get very sour. And what ends up happening is that's the breakthrough. If you stick it out, know what went wrong, what you could have done better, maybe practice on a demo, maybe have a community where you can be accountable, treat this as a profession, the breakthrough point can come and you can achieve profitability. But what ends up happening is after you hit that threshold, a lot of the people just want to make the money back. So they end up putting more money in the markets, call it tuition fees. They don't learn anything from it because they're just attacking everything to make money. And they end up losing even more. So that pain threshold, which they thought, let's say X, gets to 2X, 3X. So that's when they go bust. And then new boomers come in the market. So that's the cycle. Keeps repeating, always have. I think always will. That's how psychology works. It's very easy to sit at your home and open a trading account and just click buttons. Hope for the best thing, hope for the best results, and not really put in the work and see what's working or what's not working. People who do put in that work, they're about 10% of the traders, 5 to 10% people, they become profitable because they learn to manage their expectations. They learn to be more risk adverse, manage their risk properly. They learn to follow the discipline, have a guardrail system, have a plan every time they're attacking the market, know what they're getting out of it, know that everything is fixable. You can change your personality, you can change all these little things that you thought not a part of who you are, the psychology side of things. Once you hold a mirror, you can definitely look at those little things and improve over time. Again, that emotional capital, mental capital, that financial capital grows over time. Like when having a big sell-off candle, market just open, and we might be coming back down to fill this gap up. Seeing market's been so bullish, there's a lot of support here. Be a little tad bit careful. We might just easily reverse and go and visit the highs, because this candle might be a significant move for reversal side of trades. A lot of guys who were thinking that a couple of months or last month was a bear market. Market just kept selling off and kept breaking these structures, seeing new lows. For that, it was just trading higher and higher and higher, and we saw new all-time highs. So this candle might be that distribution candle, or the reversal candle, signifying that okay, now the trend or the pieces have changed. We might be going and revisiting those all-time highs and at least testing them and see if we can print new highs, new all-time highs. What I see. So come and draw the high of the first 15 minute, the low of the first 15 minute, and see if we can break them. Like we'll break them, trading slightly below the overnight range, can pooch down pretty quickly. Like so. Some nice range here. About 60 points so far. Might just see a 100-point candle. Casual 100 points in the first open. Yesterday, I had that big, huge candle. In a minute, market move casually about 300 points, 20 points. That's no joke. Big move, even for NASDAQ. That's institutions, Feds, whatever you want to call it, market makers. Let's see how the first 15-minute plays out. Not seeing much volume. Kind of dwindling between the range, getting sucked back into the overnight range. That's not what we want to see. What I'm looking at the moment, and okay, we came below, right? Market was a little bearish. You can come and draw the trend line here, respecting that downwards trend. Came and broke the overnight range just low. Tested it once, but buyers reclaimed this level. Are we going to come and retest it again, or are we just going to come and test this trend line, descending trend line? Let me just go and turn it to a white color so it's different than a right. Come and put the VWAP. Let's see. What is it going to be? Are we going to come and test the lows and go lower? At least come and test the swing high of yesterday's opening range, or are we just going to test this ascending resistance trend line, whatever you want to call it, supply, and then see if we can trend higher and test the 23640 level again, where we wicked out a couple of times yesterday or Friday. We couldn't break above. See if we can test it, but at the moment it might just chop around at this area because a lot of sellers might be trying to push it down to 23420 level, and a lot of the buyers might be interested in this level or even deeper at 23440 level, 23340 level. But if buyers get interested at this spot, 23460, and sellers are coming in heavy as well in this spot in the overnight range, that we might see a bigger consolidation or market just being choppy and going sideways. And I don't want to get caught in that sideways action. We want to see a break above or break below. Like we tried to break it and we couldn't. We wicked out and we're getting sucked back into the range. Anyone who thought of shorting it here, now they're under the water completely. And anybody who tried to buy here in these ranges, thinking their market might just keep going higher, they're under the water as well, and they might get out of their positions at 23515 level. So we might see a sell position here and a lot of indecisiveness, and market just seeing some selling action here because the buyers might be getting out of their positions. But once we break above 23540 and hold, kind of going to test the 565 level, then buyers can step up and see if we can revisit 640. That's the thesis for today. Put it on the 5-minute. Like we're going to test the top of the opening range. Not a lot of volume on this candle. 15-minute hasn't closed. We're just waiting in between on, but 15-minute just into the big wick, which can signify a lot of buying action. All of that range got bought up. That one move. Then again, a lot of the buyers who are under the water in this region, they're going to be getting out of their position here at a minimum loss, or their stop losses got hit right here. That's why all the buyers became sellers. That's why we saw this big wick. So let's say if I was buying here, my stop loss would be there, right below this wick, and all of that stop loss, or those stop loss orders, just got hit. I could grab that orders and liquidity, whatever you want to call it. And now a lot of the guys who didn't get out of there, they're going to be getting out here. So we're seeing that selling action. Not real sellers. I don't see that. If they were real sellers, we would have just broken that range and keep going lower. So it's just mostly buyers becoming sellers here. And we saw that strong action up because a lot of the sellers here who sold thinking that, okay, we're below the 50% mark here. And once this candle reversed, they became buyers here. So that's why we saw that little bull candle. Sellers become buyers. That's why there's no clear trend, a lot of indecisiveness on both ends. And we're looking at a sideways market or chop fest in the first 15 minutes. Anything, market looks a little heavy, but it still is below the 50% mark, and we might see a sell-off. But who knows? There's a larger trend line at play. Needs to be affected or tapped once, like so. So we might come and test this little region here. Come in and draw my eclipse. I want market to prove me wrong. Not. And yeah, no reason to take a trade. I want to be wrong. Because if this thesis doesn't play out, that means there might be an imbalance and we might go and fill that gap downstairs, that whole gap. That would be a nice short trade. So, right, we just tap the VWAP a couple of minutes before this 15-minute closes. Could take this 20, 10-point trades, but risk is a lot higher. Whipsaw down. Clear direction, 50-50 at the moment. At least want to take about a 70%, 60% probable trade. That would be A plus setup. This is all B setups. Or you could make something quick, lose something quick and stop, and then give it like a 30-minute window, let the trend settle down, and then get in again. Be a good strategy. Let's see. All right, revisiting the lows. Usually, whatever you think it is, market is going to do the opposite. That's why your equity curve looks like this, because you keep doing what everyone keeps doing. But if you reverse that, reverse psychology, you might lift up your equity curve. I used to think that a lot of the time, starting off. Everyone's equity curve kind of looks wonky, like this. Right? And I thought if I just do the opposite of whatever I'm thinking on the day, my equity curve might be and that's what happened. Not advice, something that works. Food for thought, something to think about. If I was thinking here, and I was also thinking that we might come and revisit the lows and see because we were below the overnight range, but I just wasn't showing a lot of conviction there. So I thought, okay, there's a larger trend line. Market's just doing the opposite of that. I had two theses in play. This and this. Literally, you draw the line, market might just go up or down. Not like rocket science. And nobody knows if it's going to go up or down, sideways. No one. That's how you manage your risk. Going down, you let's say secure more points than if it's going the opposite direction of your trade. So let's say if you're on the wrong side of the probability, you should be losing X. But if you're on the right side of the probability, you should be making 1.5 to 2x, and you would be profitable even with a 50-50% system. Even if you're wrong 60% of the time on some days, 65%, you'll still do break even. But if you're, let's say, 70% right on the day, you would make money. Risk to reward plus how accurate you are, how, accuracy plays a big role. Times, or most of the time, I'm 50-50%. But if I get it up to 60-65%, knowing that my risk to reward is tight, and if I'm targeting 2x, let's say 1:2, 1:3, 1:4 at times, taking those small losses, but making sure that one win wipes away all the losses and puts you in the profits. Can't be salty that, oh, I made X amount of money, let's say $100, but I did 3 trades wrong and now I'm sitting at $40. You're still profitable. $40. You didn't have that before you started. So you'll lose track in trading. Because let's say you made $40. Yes, sure, you made $100, but then now you're at $40. Losses are part of the game. Tomorrow, there will be a day, if you stick it out, you'll make 100 grand in a day, let's say. I like to think that. And then you lose some, and then you're, let's say, closing the day at 40 grand. Not bad. But numbers are big enough. Everything makes sense. Just because numbers are $100 and you'd rather have the $100 than $40. But then if you know that you made, let's say, you rather have the 100 grand than 40 grand, but you know that you made 40 grand in a day, keep doing it consistently, not going to matter, is it? You're making north of 250 grand a month. So that's the goal. That's how you can scale with trading, your own account, building portfolios, withdrawing the money, opening your personal accounts, reinvesting that money into other projects. This is not advice, but just a path a lot of traders take. We come to the markets because of the leverage it provides and the amount of returns it can provide in a short amount of time, provided you know the skill of trading. That's the goal. Too much talking on that front. Looking at the market, it's sideways. Tried to test the lows, it couldn't do it. First 15-minute closed about 10 minutes ago, and we were just chopping sideways. Anything, I might just try to do a range-bound trade and see if we can visit the highs there. So take a little buy position.
Order filled.
See if we can go visit the highs here, since we've been so consistently range-bound. And risk will be tied on this one. Oops. Keep drawing these things. But it is sideways. It is 50-50. I just know that, okay, we've been coming in, testing their range consistently, going up and down. So let's see if we can go up just a touch this time. Target about 20 points in this trade. Losing about 20 points in this trade. 50-50. Right there. What I would like to see it at least come and test the 50% of that level. I will get stop out. Ranging. Would have stopped me at a tick. I'd still do it, but choppy market. Not liking it currently. Volume keeps flipping. Doesn't want to move, but didn't stop me out. I'll stick to it. And now my narrative has shifted too, because we saw that healthy pullback. Now, if we jump up, we might go and see at least 50% of that and at least run those wicks at least once. That'd be a nice trade. We make all that money, that drawdown we secured, about 19 points of drawdown I was a tick away from that. Stop loss. Might still get stop loss, but looks like we can go higher. And that's the pullback, grab some liquidity in this range. But I would like to see it go and revisit the opening range.
Order filled.
And we got stopped out very quickly. Did I jump the gun on it looking at this chop? Absolutely. But still a valid trade. Thought it would just go and test those wicks. It was a 50-50 trade. Did come and break even here, but I didn't close the trade because I was giving it full chance for it to play out. And that's that. All right. Set the daily loss limit to about 500. And we just hit about, let's say 40% or 30% of it. Lost quick 20 points. All right, might try it again. Like we're just getting a big wick on the downstairs side, but wouldn't be the best entry here.
Order filled.
See? Any sense of resistance, I might just get out quickly this time. Don't let it hit my full stop loss. Nah. Couldn't do it. Right? Doing it now, looks like it. We don't want that wick. We want a proper volume candle, pushing the price and taking out all the prior wicks. That's still not good enough. That candle needs to just full port. My stop's in the money. Looks like it wants to do it, but all these wicks might be a resistance level. They need to get run. Prior trade was valid. It took a while. This candle might do it, so let's see. Finding a lot of resistance there. A lot of resistance. All right. Looks like it's doing it. Might have my order right at above this range at that trend line. See if you can hit it. Getting some resistance at the 50% of that level. A lot of the buyers we talk about might be getting out here as sellers. I think too shabby. If we can just test the opening range once. Trying to be a little bit patient here. But this could easily reverse very quickly because it's range bound at the moment. So I'm just don't want to give up those 15 points at least. This is what I'll do. Build the point. Stop at 15 points. Just secure some of that. And let it run. If we can break above, then I'm seeing at least 40 points out of this trade. Let's see if volume kicks in. That was the first profit target. Some rejection there. Need some good volume to push it through and close outside of the opening range. Testing again. All right, we broke
Order
above,
filled.
and that's right at that trend line we got out. Going up, maybe I should have trailed this stuff. Keeps ripping. You can always get in and puts me green on the day. 40 points, 1:2. And yeah, I could have trailed the stop, but that thesis played out. I didn't expect it to break this so quickly. Now that it have, more reason to just get in again and see if we can. That's what I didn't want to get into because we've been seeing a lot of wicks on the downside. There is rejection there. Sure, it went and ran a lot of stops, but seeing that the opening was very range bound, great exit would have been the same if I trailed my stop, honestly. Didn't run. We came back to our entry. Happy to be out. Happy to be flat. Because that's what I did last time. Like little extended run, big red candle. Little extended run, big red candle. So good entry or exit. This could be a good interesting point to get in again. Right at that opening range, but it could easily flush. So want this candle to at least close above. Not seeing that candle close outside. 3 minutes in it. A lot of rejection. Anything, I want to short it. If it gets sucked back into the range, we might just come back here where a lot of volume was conducted. Still flirting with the 50% of the overnight range. This is a better entry right here for longs. Looking very shaky. Yeah, a lot of resistance. See if we close above. If we do, then it's an interesting trade. Every time it closes above, we can see a continuation. But if it doesn't close above, a short setup and time to flip the narrative. Shorts would come in heavy here. You need strong volume to squeeze them out. 30 minutes since I've been trading. Okay. Like we might close outside and come back and test this region. It's a nice volume candle. 30 points there as well. Got in here, you'll be at least 20 points in the money. Have my order ready. Let's see. And get up to this level again. Quick flush come below. We might not. But I don't want to chase it. Be a buyer right at the trend line here. Even better if it comes the opening range, but you're right. So that's the flush. You can get a fill there. Right, didn't give us a fill at all. Wants to rush. Use it these levels as a pullback. Got a lot of support here, so this is a line in the sand at the moment. Might see an extended run, stop loss run here. See if we can get the fill. Usually does it. That'd be a nicer entry right there. 523. Then if we can run up, that'd be great. That'd be a orb setup, opening range breakout setup. Always looks like it's just going to keep going. Sometimes it does. More often than not, it comes back for a sharper pullback. Finds more buyers here. That move happened pretty quickly. You want buyers to be interested for the move to go higher. So you'll see a pullback getting all their orders sucked in, and then it might go up. Happened to me before many times. So I'm adamant that I want to get an entry here, and I don't want to get in the middle somewhere around there and increase my risk, because that'll be a huge risk. Let's say I enter there and we get a pullback. My stop's going to be here. That's about 25 points of drawdown. Let's say if I enter here, strong support, everything's supporting this, that means we have about 9 points. Looks like we keep rallying, so might come at the top of this candle.
Order filled.
Again, there was a little chase there, but looks like we're rallying and we might go and see that level. Top's going to be tight. I did chase that trade. Also thinking it might just not come below here because we just broke the trend line and we might squeeze some shorts. I'll go stop break even if when it starts rallying. Right? Looks like it's rallying. Touch. Not really. Sure. Stops break even. Keep pushing. A lot of resistance. But ideally what I want is come and tap the 50% of this range here. I'm not sure it's gonna get there, but let's give it some chance. That's the pullback here. Help us out, break even, and then run.
Order filled.
Protect the capital. That's the pullback for a better entry. Right at the highs, so you can come below. Try.
Order filled.
A little bit higher entry, but looking at a soft pullback, getting it up there again. Trade. And my stop is going to be there. Roughly below this range. Points to make about 33. We flip, that would be pretty good because we're not at the above the 50% mark of the overnight range. Kind of gives me confidence that, okay, that move bullseye in control at the moment. So that just stopped me out prematurely. I got back in after some confirmation. We're seeing some higher highs, higher lows. Might just continue for a bit. Of course, this can just flush down, but targeting here, that would be pretty Trying. Yeah, a lot of resistance there. Go. That would have been a better entry, but you never know. 4 points off. I think that adds support level at the moment. Was a support level before as well. And resistance there, roughly this area, and now turning it at support again. Let's see. We might come below where my stop is. Stop should definitely be here, but that's 25 points of risk and makes it 1.5. What I want to look at. Trying again. I'm going to put stop break even. If you can run. Go. Need to break this level. 560 and hold above. At least go test the opening or the top of the overnight range. If we're wicking out, that's not a great sign. Seeing a lot of wicks there. That's not good. Strong volume. Taking out all the wicks and strong push up, just like these little candles here. A new 5-minute candle. Still gonna wick.
Order filled.
During my 8 points. Not worth it. Not doing it. Seeing a lot of wicks there. Anything I want to short it there. Or maybe I should have been a tad bit more patient. You had about 8 points. Could have had about 10-point order there. But hey. These wicks are just not giving me confluence. And now we're running. Classic. Could have been a tad bit more patient, eh?
Order filled.
I'm gonna short it. Looking at all these wicks, we might see a deeper pullback. So up in the money. Oh, I could have secured this 10 points. You have to be very quick in this month. See if you can keep going deeper.
Order filled.
Could have secured that 10 points, but I thought it would just go deeper. It didn't. Well, I'm very close to hitting the 10 trade limit for the day. Don't want to be sitting through it. Had some good ones, had some bad ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couple break evens. Could have been a 10-point trader, $100, but hey. 5 trades. Or 5 more to go, or maybe I should just close the day thinking that it's enough. Not seeing clear direction there. That stopped me out quickly if we see a deeper pullback, which is hard to look at what direction it wants to go. Oh, now we hit the profit target. It's funny. But I'm glad to be flat. Either go anyway. Four-hour looks like we're prime. Bull candle breaking the wedge. And now we're prime for like a nice big bull candle. That's what we're looking at the moment too. Then go for a sharper pullback as well. Gives me some sort of confluence that, okay, prices are holding up and we might just keep going and at least go test the 575 level. So we might come and test this. Hard to say. That's that deeper pullback. This will still keep shorting and at least come and test this trend line. A good short setup. Fading the move. That's that deeper pullback. Go. Still keep going lower. There you go. Go lower. Grab those stop loss orders. We saw some strong pushes right at there. Too hesitant to get in quickly. Pull back on this confirmation candle. That was a nice A plus setup right there. Missed it.
Order filled.
Going long there. See if you continue the momentum up. That was a little pullback candle, but let's see if we can keep going higher. So in the 4-hour, longer time frame, it looks like it's going to be a nice bull day, at least going testing those ranges there. Let's see. Seeing a lot of rejection there. What I don't want is coming and hitting my stop loss for that deeper stop loss run and then running higher. Market's been doing that funny thing, funny business. What we want is this to be a nicer pullback. A lot of the longs just got in now, and so we want the trend to continue higher. That's what I would like to see. That's why I got in there. Cool. And rejection. Cool. Stops break even. A little bit higher actually to cover some fees. See if you can go and test that high. A lot of rejection there. Strong volume here now. That just stopped me out. All right, strong momentum. That we're getting lucky if we don't get stopped out.
Order filled.
Got stopped out. Go my 10 points again. Not a good market for friends. Would have been a nicer entry to hold, but maybe my entry was a little bit too closer. Reversing anyway. And then it runs up. Still looks like there's a lot of resistance there. Good short setup for me. Looks like a short setup now. Just consolidating at the highs. This is a good sign for the bulls that they can hold their positions I presume we might see a kill candle. Oh, maybe that's the one. That bull candle. Wicking again. I'm gonna go
Order
short
filled.
it. Take some chances here. Very heavy. Lots of wicks. Not a lot of strong volume coming in, so it just tells me that okay, maybe shorts are going to be heavy here. I'm just joining the party. See if we can get a deeper pullback, or at least, yeah, I can secure some 10 points out of this.
Order filled.
About 10, 12 points out of it. Could keep going lower, but we're right consolidating here and then just keeps just going up and down. So this was a great trade as well. And there's a wick here, so we might just see a bounce back or just keep whipsawing here at this moment. But I think that's about 7.29 an hour in the market. And that for me would be the close of day. These are the results right from here. Not looking at yesterday. And pretty positive day. Couple of losers, 195 to begin with. Got in about, first was a loser actually. And then that was a great trade, about 30 points. Got out right here. So I'm going to come and draw everything. Do a 5-minute review. Okay. Right. So first trade, 23489. It was a long trade, hoping that the trend would continue, and it did not. It really did not. That was right at the start, 23489. And it was at about a couple of minutes on that trade. Hindsight, got in a little early on that one. And then it literally played out perfectly. I need to get better at this, honestly. Right. Got stopped out at about 10 points. It was about 20 points, right? Yeah, 23468. 3470. Okay, okay. Even higher, which is better. Been a little bit lower as well, but kind of protected. And I was looking at here. Never got to see that trade, but that's all right. And rallying higher, but it's consolidating. I don't want to be a part of it. Maybe can take one trade, but really not very thrilled. Might just keep range bounding. Not seeing good results here, so we'll skip. Not a lot of volume. Second trade, 390. Great trade. 5-minute hold. Coming in about 23486. 23486. Exactly at 10. So good weight. 2, 3. Oops. Yeah, I got in again here. Stop was again right below this range. And exit was 23525. Amazing exit. Really happy with that. 526, 525. And then we saw price reversing below. Couple trades there. Third trade was entering at about, 8 right there. Entry price was 23543. Really need to get better at this high. Like, right, 23543. Roughly there. Good entry. Stop was right below there, but I got stopped out in the money. Not the worst thing in the world. Stopped me out too quickly in about a couple of minutes and then kept going lower. So it was a great exit. 4375 because I got in 1 minute. It just stopped me out. Let's zoom in on that trade. What just happened? Got in, same trade maybe, but it stopped me out. Not the worst thing in the world. Kept going lower. Didn't see much direction there anyway. Again, 1050. So some action here. That was a scratch trade as well. Many scratch trades. That was a 10-point winner. 1056. Let me just come in and this. Much better. Yeah, I got there out. Yeah, about 23541. The boring side, but it's very important. Oops, wrong tool. Completely wrong. 23541. This should just take 5 minutes, but it's not. It's taking more time. All right. Right here. Got out perfectly. After saw some rejection there. Stop was right below here. So not much losing. Not much on the losing side. Accurate day. We hit profit target here, but my profit target was right above there. Not seeing much movement here, just a lot of consolidation. Absolutely, if I could have held any of those trades, I could have easily gotten about 10, 20 points. Let's say if I held this trade and I had stop in the money, but prices reversed on me so many times, I would have still gotten after so much drawdown about 40 points, but I got about 40 points on the day anyway. Doing little scalps. So that's the review. Can't be salty about these things. As long as you end the day green. Right? Strong volume coming back in. Might just get rejected off of here if you don't see a big push. And this could be a nice entry here. A nice entry there. If I'm not married to my profits, Should be taking this setup, seeing that, okay, we're breaking the range. We might keep going higher, but I'm not seeing good volume here, so I'm just a bit cautious. And this could be a big resistance point. Careful. There you go. That's the resistance. Be a bigger, deeper kill candle. Going, oh, that's the one. That's pretty deep.
Order filled.
That's a nicer entry. Going and retesting it again. 11 points out of this trade. Let's see. Very volatile right at this point. Not worth it more than 5 points of drawdown, but not seeing strong volume. Not a great sign. Might do it. Let's see. Shorts don't come in heavy on this candle. Might go see and revisit those that breakout. The deep pullback. Volume is picking up. Good short setup. Reached all the longs there. Volume picks up. Not really good risk to reward right on that trade, but giving us some chance to filter the noise out. Also, we're green on the day, so that's not really good discretion on my part. Could just be noise and filling those longs. And saw some nice strong volume come in, so that's giving me some conviction to stay. See if we can go revisit those levels again. All right, absolute 10-point stop right there. Go rejected right at our position. How did it know?
Order filled.
I'm getting out. Not liking it. Anyways, not a good trade. This could have been much more tighter. Gave it some chance to run. Did not. Looking at the 5-minute. Unfortunate that candle came right at the highs. Could be grabbing liquidity and keep going higher if this is a consolidation range, but could get 10 points out of it still. Stand by it. Right now it looks like a nice big sell-off move. Unfortunate. And I also have like one trade left for the day. Very volatile.
Order filled.
Going long there. Quick entry on that little pullback. See if you can same trade. I don't want to stick to a larger pullback. So this looks like pretty valid to me. Bottom of the range might run higher. Couldn't go lower, so I'd be trapping a lot of the longs here anyway. Worth a try. Not a fan of that. Testing the bottom of the range. We want strong volume on the upside. Taking out all of this range and going higher. Printing higher high. Now breaking structure. Prices, if it's a true bull trend, prices should hold. I'll be patient with it. Even if we're stuck in the range, we want to go and visit the top of the range. At least once. That's the trade. Very low volume. It's a good thing too, because there's not a lot of high volume kill candles pushing the price down. Might be a slow grind day upwards. Monday, choppy. Stops in the money again. Really don't want to do it. Looking at all the choppy session, but it's good to protect the capital. It might just stop me out and then run up, but what I want to see, this candle just run up. Couple more up. Very nice. Might just stop me out and then run. Really don't want to do that. Been doing that a lot. Just being patient. All right, slow grind. Go. Looking at here, at least 50%. If it breaks that high, that would be a really good trade. Testing the highs now, top of the range. Are we going to break it? Quick, right at our profit target. Looks like we're going to break it. Nice. Got a resistance there.
Order filled.
Beautiful. I had my order a little bit below that 50% because of slippers. Sometimes I get missed by a tick, and then you don't want to be a dick for a tick. Really happy with today. That's the risk to reward that played out. 1:3. And now we're getting rejected off of there. So even if I had trailed the stop here, we might just might be a slow grind day. We might just push through this level, but I think that's my trading window for the day. I want to get ahead of myself. So let's come back to the review again and finish this day off. Before doing that, I'm just gonna come in and lock the platform anyway. Today's profits are locked out. Can't change it anymore. A good feature on this platform. Right. Did a few more trades, but let's keep going. 10:16. That was another scratch trade. What did I do? Did I go long or short? I went short. Ballsy. Had a really good entry. 551. All right. Had a stop a little bit up there, but just got stopped our break even. So we'll just put it at that. And I was targeting. Yeah, but got stopped out pretty quickly. Never hurts. And then it played out perfectly after it stopped me out, but it could have easily just gone up very quickly, so that's all right. Nothing too shabby. Looking more so 20 points on that one. The reason I locked out is right at the resistance level. A lot of indecisiveness. This was a good entry here. This was a great entry too if it ran, but it was a good exit. Quick to take that little stop, 10 points. I mean, that's all right. After that trade, we had a $15 winner. Chicken dinner. 341. And literally, same candle. Not even going to record it. Same candle. 550. That was a good short. Anything. I stand by that short. Flipping narrative is so important. To 550, 550. Right there. Stop would have been right above. Got out at about 10.537. Great. This market, you have to be quick because prices are fluctuating pretty quickly. Top was right below, above that range right there. Again, 1:1. I trailed the stop in the money pretty quickly, so shabby. And then it was a $310 trade. No, that one was a loser. Try to go long, and it kicked me out. Sorry for this mundane process. Over time is going to get better, but it's good to have a clear picture of what we did today, because in the heat of the moment, I'm executing so quickly. And then you come review it and you're like, all right. And I'm not going to be doing these reviews often. I can do it off stream or just I know exactly what happened. This is just to show the process, which is very boring for trading. But boring is good. Boring is mature. So I got in at 554. Exactly, 554. This was a good entry. Thought that this will be a pullback, but then it stopped me out. 23542. Great exit again. Gave it a little bit of chance to prove itself because the momentum was very good, but it literally pooched, and I was quick to get out. Had I not gotten out, I wouldn't have been clear getting this entry down here and see that there was a support, because this could have easily have a bigger, deeper pullback or a kill candle taking it up to 23525 level, and I don't want to be a part of that. So I got out of that red candle, really happy with that exit, but I was targeting roughly here. That trade never came, and that trade came here. One of my best trades, 2 best trades for the day. Second best trade for the day. So got in at 23541. Long. Maybe a little bit quicker. Stop was below this range here, 10-pointer. Quick stops, and that ran higher. Got out to 23572. Kinda top ticked it if we don't include the wick. Happy with that exit because, like I said, that wick was so short. Usually my order would be up here, but sometimes I will miss it, so I'll have my stop or my limit order 2 or 3 points, 2.5 points right below it. But catching the bulk of the move, about 31 points. Not too shabby. Really happy with that. And then we got sold off. Market's been ranging. That's the characteristic today. And looks a little messy there, but on the 5-minute, it will clean up. Like so. So with that, thanks everyone for watching. Hope to see everybody tomorrow. Tuesday is going to be a little bit less choppier, but even today, even this choppy market, identified how it's going to be. It's going to be up and down, and we played it accordingly. You can make money with 10 pointers. Looking at $600 with 5 contracts, that's about, let's do the math. About 60 points. Yep, roughly 60 points plus on the day. Happy with that. Keep going higher, up. We don't know. I'm closing the day. Until next time. Bye.